Hello everyone, and welcome back to Empowering Patients, the channel that is dedicated to making sure that you are informed and empowered every step of the way of your healthcare journey. My name is Mattie. I am your patient empowerment guide for the day. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. Now is the perfect time to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of our future content. We have been working on curating a collection of videos and information on preparing for a shoulder surgery and the rehab process that happens with that as part of our Shoulder Master series. So we thought that it would be fun for one of us to go ahead and spend 24 hours in a sling to get firsthand experience on what things come up when you are in a sling so that we can curate content to help you through that entire process. Before we get started, I just want to leave you with a few disclosures. One, I am a licensed occupational therapist, so adaptive techniques for self-care is what I do for a living, but I do want to let you know that I am approaching this experience with no preparation ahead of time. I've done very little to get ready for this. I'm just going to take tasks as they come and improvise on the fly. There may be some things that you may see that I do know the techniques for, so you'll get some educational snippets, but this is going to help us drive future content to help make sure that you are prepared for your recovery journey. Two, I am going to put myself in a sling on my right dominant arm. I am also aware that I cannot simulate an injury. So while my arm will be immobilized in a sling, I am aware that I'm not experiencing the same limitations as someone who does have a shoulder injury. I can't simulate pain or swelling or any of those things. So I will do my best to limit the use of my hand and my wrist as much as possible, but I will do my best to simulate the experience that you might have if you were going through rehab. Third disclosure, no free shows today. I am going to make sure you get to see the entire self-care journey, including going to the bathroom and taking a shower and getting dressed. I am wearing full clothing underneath, so that way you can get a glimpse of what that process would truly look like. Well, I'm ready if you're ready, so I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for bed, put on my sling. We're gonna start first thing tomorrow morning. See you then. Good morning, everyone. Apparently it is time to wake up. Welcome to our 24 hours in a sling. It is morning, and I am realizing that this is a terrible setup because my light and my phone they're on the wrong side of the bed. All right, I gotta get up and turn these off because I can't roll on this arm. Okay. Okay, I am gonna wake myself up and get started with the morning routine. So I would normally get up and I gotta go to the bathroom. So let's go. Okay. All right, so I'm getting ready to use the restroom. So I'm gonna shimmy these down, have a seat. I'm gonna have you all give me 5 minutes peace here so I can use the bathroom, and then I'll check back in. All right, so I am good. I am gonna attempt to grab some toilet paper. Masterfully, but one-handed tear that. Okay, there we go. And then this is on my dominant arm, so I got two options. We can either, I guess if I were going to be doing that, I'm gonna go for the side lift on the other side. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to take a shower, so I'm gonna go ahead and take these off because I don't need them anymore. One thing I did do to prepare is to go ahead and get a mesh sling to shower in, so that way this one is not wet all day. So I'm gonna go put on that mesh sling and get ready to take a shower. Here is my mesh sling. So the first thing I need to do is take this one off and get my shirt off. So I am going to take this down. Pillow. And then also need to go ahead and get my shirt off before this thing goes on. So I'm gonna attempt to do that without, might be easier if the shirt were a little bit looser. Well, this wasn't planned for. I can't get out of my shirt, guys. This is no joke. This shirt is too tight. Let me see if I can pull it off the back. Okay, we made it. Here we go. All right, mesh sling. Oh, of course it's not put together. Okay. Okay, we made it out of the shirt. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for a shower. All right, water's warmed up. I'm gonna get my towel where I can reach it. And yeah. This would be a lot easier if I had a pump to put this on. Oh, where did you do this? Yeah. There we go. Yes, so far up, so stand. Try this way. I think we did it. Good enough. Let me grab my towel. I will attempt to. Alright, this is gonna be interesting. Attempt to dry off here. There we go. Normally I would flip my head upside down and like wrap it up in the towel, but I don't think that is happening today. There we go. Nope, not happening. Okay, so one of those like wall dryers that you dry your hands off in the public bathroom would really come in handy right now because I could just stick my hand under it and dry my hair. Normally I would wrap the towel around myself and tie it. That's also not happening today, so we're gonna put on a cute little cape and head on over and get dressed. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my clothes, grab a shirt. Normally I would wear jeans, so we'll grab some and see how that goes. If I could get them off the hanger and lose on my towel. Here we go. Also gonna grab some socks. Oh, this is laundry. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is get this really wet, soggy sling off. All right, shirt on first. Now, because I'm as an OT, as I mentioned before, I do know the technique for properly putting a shirt on so you don't have to move your arm. Public service announcement, free tip for the day. Injured arm goes in first so you don't have to move it. Okay, Much smoother than getting the shirt off in round one. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and put that sling back on. Now pants. This tip, I apologize. This tip I already know from working in rehab. It's the one-handed sock. Gonna make a claw with my hand and fish my foot in there. Okay, take care of my laundry and head over to the sink and brush my teeth and brush my hair. All right, let's brush the teeth. Okay. Also thinking it would probably be easier if I had like a pump toothpaste for this. Don't tip over, don't tip over. Okay. I can't say I have ever brushed my teeth left-handed. Sorry if toothpaste goes spraying everywhere. There we go. Okay, not bad. Hair is an issue. I have no idea how I would go about putting up my hair. We will have to play with that in a minute. Let's go ahead and brush hair. If I wanted to put up my hair, I do not think that I can handle a hair tie, but maybe I could finagle a hair clip, maybe? Maybe that could work for the day? I don't know. Probably taking this out, but if I wanted to, that would probably be what I wanted to do. I'm realizing that it probably would have been a better idea to put on deodorant before I put my shirt on. It's going to be a little more difficult to finagle this now. Let's try... I'm gonna have deodorant all over the inside of my shirt. We're doing the under the arm monkey technique. Okay, here's one. There's two. Okay. All right. I'm gonna head downstairs to make some breakfast, but I do need to do a load of laundry, so I am gonna go ahead and grab my laundry. And take that down with me to save me a trip, I think. There we go. throw these in the machine later. I'm gonna go ahead and make some breakfast. Okay. Normally I don't eat anything super fancy for breakfast, so I'm just gonna make a bowl of cereal. All right, have some cereal. Of course, it's a new box of cereal. All right, let's see here. Try scissors. Try to get it out enough far that I can cut it without tipping it over. There we go. Got it. Oh no. Okay, well that time it did. This is a hot mess. Okay. No points for my kindergarten scissor cutting skills today, but I think we did it. Okay. Not gonna lie, this is the first time I have ever tried to eat left-handed. So here we go. I can't really tilt the bowl to get the last of the cereal, so I think this is the last bite that I can get. Take care of the dishes. In. And of course my dishwasher is full and needs to be emptied. So here we go. Next to the dishwasher rack that also needs empty today. So apparently we are doing chores today. Big stuff. Stuff that gets stacked inside other stuff. I will say what I am starting to notice is that this sling is really starting to pull on my neck and my arm keeps wanting to shift downward. So we will generate some future content on how to properly adjust your sling and make sure that it's a proper fit. But I am noticing the more I move around in it, the more it's wiggling and the more it is starting to pull on my neck. You guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm exhausted. It is striking to me how much more energy and time it takes when you are reduced to your non-dominant limb. I'm not gonna lie, my shoulder hurts from reaching. Maybe that's because I need to exercise a little bit more, but this arm is not used to doing as much reaching and moving and lifting as is before. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm tired. Now the kitchen is good enough. I need to feed the dog, so let's grab his food. Food is in the laundry room. And the lid falls off. Okay. And switch out the water. Luckily, I have a small dog, so the water dish is not that big. If I had a bigger dog, we might have a problem. Definitely slosh them on the floor, but that is okay. If I did have a bigger dog, I think that I would probably resort to using the watering can or maybe a drink pitcher to be able to hold something with a handle so that I don't spill that bowl all over the floor. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and toss that load of laundry in that I brought from downstairs. There's some already down here. I'm gonna toss those in. One thing I'm also noticing is the more I am bending, the more strain it's putting on my shoulder. It's kind of making my arm go back and forth. So we can talk about this in another segment, and sometimes there's a strap that kind of wraps around your waist to kind of hold your arm in place while you're bending, because it is taking a toll on the shoulder the more that I bend and put things in and out. Not gonna lie, I'm ready to take a little bit of a break, so I'm gonna go sit and read a book for a little bit, and then we'll get going with the rest of our day. All right, and my little couch monsters, got two kids, destroyed the couch this morning, so I'm gonna attempt to fold these blankets and get them out of the way. Not perfect, but good enough. I think that's gonna be our mantra for today. Good enough. All right, let me grab a book. Tell you what, let me grab an extra pillow. Okay, prop up a little bit. Okay, this is a little bit awkward. It's a fairly thick book and the pages don't stay open quite well. So there we go. So I can sit here and kind of hold the book this way up on my knees. I don't know, this is something I might consider, trying to find some sort of device or something that can help hold the pages open while I read. Otherwise, I'm sitting here having to squeeze it the entire time with this hand. All right, I'm gonna get back at it. I'm gonna go upstairs and answer some emails for the day, and then we'll see what else is on the to-do list. All right, so I'm gonna take a few minutes and answer some emails, catch up on a few things with scheduling, because obviously I am working from home today. This is the first time I have tried to use a computer mouse or type left-handed, so we'll see what happens. I feel like a first grader sitting here typing with my one finger. This is a time where having some sort of dictation or voice-to-text option on a computer would be immensely helpful. All right, that took me a very long time to write 2 sentences, but we got it done. I also don't think I've ever tried to write left-handed. Oh man. So yes, I could tell the voice assistant on my phone to schedule an appointment, but I am old-fashioned. I'm a paper pencil girl, so my schedule still has to be on paper. So this is admittedly very awkward. I'm going to bring you in to zoom in to see my kindergarten handiwork. You ready? What do you think? Do I pass? Mildly legible, but we're getting the job done. All right, so normally I would make my bed. I'm one of those people who makes their bed every day. I think getting into bed at night whenever the sheets are nice and crisp and tucked in is awesome, but I'm also realizing that I do legitimately need to change my sheets. It's been longer than I care to admit. So let's attempt to change some sheets and see what happens. I will start with the pillowcases. Here, let's see. Pile. Of course, mine is this different pillowcase. This one needs zipped. And if you haven't met Bentley already, this is Bentley. Bentley, that's not a good spot, honey. Can't get the fitted sheet off. There we go. All right, Bentley, honey. You. Okay. Sheets off. All right, let me find some clean ones. Okay. I don't know if this is going to be happening today, guys. Having trouble getting the elastic under the mattress. Okay. I'm breaking up a sweat. These fit really tightly. Honestly, if I were really having an injury, this would be something that would go on my honey-do list and would be equally funny to watch. I don't know how well your spouses make the bed, but watching my husband attempt to put a fitted sheet on something or fold the fitted sheet, it's worth watching. So this task would go on the honey-do list. Next is pillowcases. Okay, here's one. I'm starting to contemplate the number of pillows that I keep on my bed. This is not easy. I mean, I am seriously breaking a sweat, you guys. I'm not even kidding. We did it. I'm gonna need a minute. Okay, I have recovered a little bit from changing the sheets on the bed. Bentley is happy to have his spot back. I do want to take a minute to just give a note here. In doing this task in the sling, I fully recognize that if I did actually have an injury with any pain, strain, swelling, any of that, this is not a task that I would remotely recommend that you try while you're in a sling recovering from an injury. There's too much tugging, pulling areas for you to strain. The focus really should be on healing. So I highly recommend that that would be a task that you would pass on to someone else to help you while you recover. It looks also like the load that we put in earlier is ready to get switched out. So I'm going to switch out the laundry and put those sheets in. Okay. And sheets in. Okay. What is it? Okay, it's looking like Bentley may need to go outside, so we are gonna walk the dog. Can we go for a walk? Let's go. Let's go. I know. Okay, so it is raining outside and I need a coat. I can't actually put my arm in the coat, so options would be to take my sling off. I'm feeling a little lazy today and don't want to do that, so I'm going to do this number and get it kind of over my shoulder and hope it stays. Yeah, we'll just kind of go with this. And grab some shoes. Are you ready? Let's go. Okay. Where's your... Okay. Hey, we got it. Let's go for a walk. And it is wet out there, so I'm going to attempt to wipe off his paws. Bentley, wait. Wait. Okay. Come here. Get your paws. Let's get him. Ready? Boy. Boy. One more. Good boy. Go ahead. Okay. Go off. Put it on a hanger. All right, we got skills today. All right, I am ready for some lunch. All right, I'm gonna make myself some lunch because I'm a grown-up. I'm thinking grilled cheese today. I don't really have anything for leftovers that I can cook, so grilled cheese it is. All right. There it is. And some cheese. idea how this is going to go. This butter is not known for being the most spreadable. I'm gonna end up with butter all over my shirt, you guys watch. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're getting there. OT tip of the day, a piece of Dyson underneath your plate will keep it from sliding all over the counter. But we don't have any Dyson today. I'm gonna go into cheat mode, which means I am going to go to plan B. I'm gonna take a stick of butter and throw that into my pan. I'm gonna let that melt, and now I'm just gonna take my bread and I'm gonna dunk it in that melted butter. Because this seems a whole lot faster than when I was there we go. Let's get the other one buttered. Cheese ready. I'm gonna grab myself a drink while this is cooking. I'm gonna go grab something caffeinated. I lied, not caffeinated, but maybe the bubbles would trick my brain into waking up a little bit. Okay. All right, here comes the flip. Hold on. My sandwich is scooting around. Ha! We got it. We are ready. One golden delicious grilled cheese coming up. Now to slice this bad boy. You're only a grown up if you cut your sandwich into triangles. In case you didn't know. We may or may not end up with a sandwich that is sliced. Next time I might think about maybe using a pizza cutter. It might be a little bit easier. But we did it. Lunch was delicious, so I'm just going to take care of my lunch mess, and then I actually need to run an errand, so we will get out and run some errands. So I'm going to take care of my dishes. These can go. And run a quick errand. I realized that I am missing a few key ingredients for dinner. Normally, even without an injury, I would do a grocery delivery, but unfortunately I don't need that many things to warrant having that delivered to my house. So I'm just gonna grab my stuff, my reusable bags, and we'll go to the store. All right, so let's see if we can figure this out. Let me get my bags out of the way, myself in, and my door closed. So unfortunately for me, because I'm right-handed, my seatbelt is on the right side. Okay, so I've got two options. I can either take this seatbelt and run it over, but depending on where my injury is, if my injury is here at my elbow, I may not want that extra pressure on my elbow. So my other option would be to go under and through. I would just really want to make sure that we're careful if your doctor has told you not to bring your arm away from your body, that we're very careful during that process. So I am going to take mine. I'm going to stretch this out to give my arm some reach. I'm going to thread it down underneath my arm down here. And I am going to buckle that in. Let's go. One thing I will say about driving, this is your public service announcement about driving. This is a conversation that you want to have with your doctor before you get in the car after you've had an injury, because there may be some medications that you're taking that you should not be taking if you are going to operate a vehicle. So again, check with your doctor to make sure that you're clear to drive before you attempt to go somewhere. So here we go. Turn on the car. All right, off we go. Noticing that as I'm driving around and making these turns, I'm constantly having to switch my grip back and forth on where I hold the steering wheel to prepare for that turn. So if I were going to be doing this for a long period of time, I may want to look at a device to kind of help, especially if I were somewhere where I had to make a U-turn, or we'll see how it goes when I park the car, how smoothly that goes. This, I can get the turn, but it's a chore, but it's doable. All right, let's head into the store. So before I head home, I do want to process a little bit some things I learned while being in the store. One, carrying a purse is quite annoying on your non-dominant side, so it definitely needs to be something that kind of goes over your neck on the opposite side. But honestly, if I went in and did that again, the most annoying part, using the cart, I was able to kind of do that with one hand. Putting stuff in the cart was not a huge deal. The self-checkout was fine. The most annoying part was trying to rummage around for things in my purse. So if I were to do this again, I would actually go ahead and have my credit card in my back pocket or somewhere where I can grab it quickly. So that way I'm not having to mess around when my purse is moving around, not being able to find what I need with one hand. All right, let's unload. Or let the bag tip over on the counter. Either way. All right, so I am now ready to get my clothes out of the dryer and switch my laundry over. Themselves all up in a ball. I have no idea how I would actually go about picking this up, so I'm gonna be awesome and just pick it where I need to go. Honestly, if I thought about it, I would entertain the idea of tying a string to the handle and just having it so that I can drag it around without having to bend over. I can pick that up. And now we fold, or attempt to fold. We'll see how that goes. Socks, I will. What is it, buddy? Come on, what do you need? Do you want to fold laundry too? Can I flip? Oh, we got it. We got the folded socks. I am noticing that it's really nice to be able to use my lap as a surface to hold things on. I could also see where it might be helpful to potentially do this either sitting or standing at a table, or maybe at like an ironing board or a blank counter that was at a taller height so I don't have to bend over it, especially when I get to the bigger towels that I know are in here. I could see where having a nice flat table surface might be helpful. Okay, so now I'm ready to put things back in the basket to take them upstairs and put them away. I'm realizing that I wasn't able to pick up the basket when it was on the floor, so I'm gonna try putting it up here on the couch and putting stuff in to see if I'm able to kind of get it one-handed on my hip. So load this stuff in. Okay, and these things stay down here, so I'll get those later. But let's get this basket up the stairs. Let's see. Hey, we got it. Let's put some laundry away. Usually when I fold my laundry, I kind of put stuff together in groups or stacks, so that way I'm not running around like a crazy lady. So that's definitely something that I think is helpful here. Like all my undershirts are together, I can just kind of grab them all. All right, it is now time to make some dinner. I am going to go ahead and make the meal that I had already anticipated making tonight before being in a sling. And I am starting to realize as I look at all my ingredients and what I need to do that I'm going to run into some problems, but we're just gonna go full steam ahead and see what happens. First thing I'm gonna do is put my hair up so that nobody has hair in their food. So I'm gonna try round 2 of putting it in a cup. Ready? Okay, out of the way enough. All right, first thing I'm gonna do is get my pan. Today on Cooking with Mattie, we are making chicken cacciatore. All right, I've got my chicken. Okay, I'm gonna use a pair of, I'm gonna use a fork to get the chicken out. Because working with chicken, I'm only going to have one hand to use. Normally I would keep a chicken hand and a clean hand. I don't have that option today, so I'm just going to use a fork. Now I'm going to season this up. Normally I would use a salt and pepper grinder, but I don't think... Yeah, this is awkward. Let me grab... There we go. Something I can shake with one hand. And normally I like cracked pepper, but I can't use that today, so we'll use this pepper, a little bit of extra seasoning here. Of course, this is the only seasoning that doesn't have a flip top. There we go. Now let's try searing these off. There we go. This is the one I'm looking for. While that is searing, I'm going to attempt to cut some vegetables. Not quite sure what we're going to do with this onion yet. I am going to see what happens when we attempt to slice, but I have a feeling we're about to get creative with this onion, and if I feel like I'm going to impale myself, this may get added to the list of things that I need help with. Okay. I did manage to get it in half. I'm going to at least get the peels off and the ends off, but I think I'm going to try using the food processor. There we go. All right, I am going to get my food processor. Let's see. Oh man, this is heavy and really awkward. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get my garlic ready and throw that in there too. I can already tell you right now that in doing this meal and prepping all these ingredients, had I planned ahead of time, I would have bought maybe a jar of minced garlic or either frozen cubes of garlic, bought some pre-chopped onions. So if you are insistent that you really want to cook after your surgery, being wise when you grocery shop and getting some things that are already pre-prepped or pre-chopped to make that process easier. Normally I smash my garlic. I'm not about to try to sit here and smash a knife with one hand, so let's use see if maybe I can use a plate to smash it down. Sorry if garlic goes flying. Alright. Could have been worse. There we go. Garlic. Switch out the chicken. This is seared. It'll finish cooking in the sauce. Alright, let's blend up our not bad. Not quite as lovely as if I would have chopped them by hand. I still have some big chunks. I might put that one back in, but that's pretty good. Alright, put the chicken. I'm going to go through the same process with my peppers. I'm actually going to switch knives to one that does a little better job of getting through things, and then I'm going to use that food processor. Or not. Saute off those garlic and onions. Add these peppers in there. Alright, so while this is simmering, I'm going to get my tomatoes ready, and this is probably going to be just as terrifying as cutting other things. I'm using this tiny knife because it is much sharper and cuts through things. I have a feeling it would be a disaster if I try to use my big knives. These are going to kind of just disintegrate into the sauce when I make it, so these don't have to be diced up too much. I'm going to add in my mushrooms. Luckily, these ones are pre-sliced. Throw in some thyme. I'm actually not going to separate it. I'm just going to throw the sprigs in there, let the flavor infuse, and I will pick them out later. All right, I'm going to let this simmer down for a little bit, and then we'll add in the rest. I am now going to add some artichokes. I'm lucky this can has a flip tab, which should be similar to the soda can we opened earlier, maybe. Oh, or not. Okay. I'm going to try not to impale myself. Okay. So while I am getting the job done, this is definitely something I would probably ask for help because I am in danger of seriously slicing my hand. So I am actually going to go ask an assistant for some help with this one so that I don't chop off my thumb. Okay? My assistant very kindly took the lid off, so I'm just going to strain that out. Put those in. I'm going to do the same thing with my olives. I went ahead and had my assistant that's had a flip top can too, so they took that off, drain those in. So now we need to deglaze with some wine. I am not fancy enough to have one of those automatic wine openers, but that might come in handy right now. I have this thing, which I might be able to get the top off. The top off. And there's not a way that I can stabilize this bottle without putting strain on my shoulder, so this is also something that I would either need an automatic wine opener or also going to enlist some help to get this bottle open. Wine bottle is now open, thank you to my assistant, and we're gonna pour some of that in there. Probably supposed to measure this. I'm not really a measuring person, so we're just gonna go for it. All right, now it is time to add some crushed tomatoes. So we have decided flip top cans are a no, wine bottles are a no. This actually needs a can opener, so I'm gonna attempt to see if I can manage a can opener, and this is a right-handed can opener. Okay, will it stay closed while I turn it? And that answer is a no. So if I had an automatic can opener, I could manage these types of cans, but unfortunately, yet again, this is going to be another task that I'm gonna need to ask for some help with. Back in business, here we go, I'm gonna add that in. Add in my tomatoes. Try not to splash. While this is cooking down, I realized that I forgot to prep my pasta. So I'm gonna get my pasta pot, disappear for a minute. I don't know if I am gonna be able to carry this pot to and from the stove to the sink. If my stovetop was next to my sink, I could maybe like scoot it, but what I'm gonna do is get a pitcher, something that I can hold, and I'm gonna do it this way and transfer it over. Go ahead and get my burner and get that pan. All right, this water is a boiling. Go ahead and put some pasta. Oh, catch of the year, you guys. Let me get that done so I can actually pick it back up again. All right. This is I don't think I need the whole box. I am about to fling spaghetti everywhere. Ha! There we go. Feeding 6 people, so that'll add pasta. I think that should do it. All right, I'm gonna set my timer, let this boil down, and we're just gonna go ahead and let's throw our chicken in here. This sauce is looking delicious. Not bad for a one-armed meal. Tuck our chicken in there. All right, we're gonna let this sit, let our pasta cook, and then we'll drain it out in a little bit. All right, this pasta is ready. I now need to figure out how to get it out of the pot. I am not even going to remotely attempt picking this pot up. If I were smart, I would have used like a steamer insert or something like that I could have pulled out, but I am thinking if I get a bowl, maybe scoop it, see how that goes. I'm gonna splash things everywhere. Hold on, let's do this. There we go. Bowl with a strainer on top. And it might take me a while, but this is definitely doable, or put something else on the honey-do list. This would be something I could ask for help with, but this isn't bad. All right, this I can move off to the side. This, I'm either gonna ask for help or at least wait until it cools down, because I could handle this pot now, but not with hot boiling water. Check on my chicken, which has been cooking. See how we're doing. See how we did. That is not bad for left-handed cooking. All right, you all, I made a giant mess. If you could see my sink right now, it is a disaster. I probably could wash the dishes. I'm not gonna do that. I just made a whole meal with my left hand, so that is something I'm going to assign to the honey-do list or a family member. They can help wash the dishes today. All right, dishes are done. The kitchen is not, so I'm gonna attempt to see if I can kind of help wipe some of this stuff down. My counter, because I definitely have meal prep shrapnel all over the counter. and I am like dodging landmines on the floor with the amount of stuff that I spilled. Let me just grab a broom here. Okay. Dustpan off. All right. Got some breakfast leftovers from my kids. Using the arm hook technique here to see if I can stabilize my broom. This is awkward but doable. I think next time I might try using a vacuum to see if that's any better. Okay. Well, I actually don't know how I would get this into the dustpan. So I am actually just gonna go grab a vacuum and I'm just gonna suck it right up off the floor. Let's try that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start wrapping up for the evening, finish my chores. The trash can is really full and so is the recycling. So I'm gonna attempt that and see how that goes. See if I can get this bag tied up. All right, not bad. This is gross, don't judge me. There we go. Okay, good enough. There's one. That was not so bad, and I was lucky the trash bag was not that heavy. Let's try the recycling. Okay, one down, one to go. Let's try recycling. Please don't be too heavy. All right, luckily this one is mostly cardboard and a couple of cans, so this was manageable. If it had a bunch of like glass in it, I don't know if I would have been able to lift it. So let's see. Step with my foot. Here we go. Yeah. I'm trying to avoid setting this down if I don't have to, but that is not possible. Wrapping it up for the night. I'm going to take some time, spend some time with my family, get my kids to bed, and then I am going to bed not too far behind. All right, I quit for the day. I'm going to go ahead and put on my pajamas, get ready for bed, tuck myself in, and clock out. Grab some pajamas. I'm going to learn from my mistakes this morning and find something that is a little bit looser fitting so I can put it on a little easier. Okay. I'm going to do pants first. I wasn't thinking about long sleeves. I have a feeling we're about to have another redo of this morning getting this shirt off. Okay, this one was a little stretchier than the shirt this morning. now we're gonna go into the bathroom and do everything I need to for the evening in there. Okay. All right, go ahead and brush my teeth again. Ready for bed? I'm going to plug in my phone. Maybe. There we go. Okay, as I mentioned before, I am an occupational therapist, and one thing that I will mention, in the years that I've spent working with clients who have a shoulder injury, sleeping can be very difficult. So one quick tip, stay tuned for future content on how to sleep after having a shoulder surgery, but you always want to make sure that you have some extra pillows handy because you're going to want some support behind that arm to make sure that it's not constantly sliding back while you're sleeping. So I'm going to get my extra pillow ready. There we go. Tuck myself in. Thank you so much for watching and for joining me on this adventure of 24 hours in a sling. Please stay tuned for future content because out of this adventure is going to come a ton of content on helpful tips, tricks, and techniques for how to accomplish every task that we went through today. As always, if you have questions or comments, please leave us a comment in the box below to help us shape future content. Also, if you haven't done so already, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that you don't miss out on those future episodes. Thanks again. I'm going to sign out for my evening. This is Mattie with Empowering Patients. Good night, everyone. I forgot that I can't reach the lamp when I'm laying down.